Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Slomo and welcome to another Battlefield 2042 gameplay commentary. In this video in particular, we're going to be covering the 1942 Conquest mode in the Battlefield portal. So right now you're watching a Conquest gameplay with the STG-44. I was having an absolute blast playing this match the other day, and I hope you guys have as much fun watching it as I did playing it. So let's not waste any more time and get right into the topic. The Battlefield portal is a new mode in 2042. It was created by Ripple Effect Studios, which is now rebranded DICE LA, and will feature the ability to play DICE created, community created, custom, or old remastered content without ever leaving the Battlefield 42. Now you might be wondering, what exactly is Portal and what do you get to play inside the portal? So first things first, it is a community driven platform within the Battlefield game that will let you create and find fantastic experiences made by the passionate Battlefield community. And as in any other game, community made content is always the best. You'll have the full control to play around with settings, custom modes, and a logic editor so you can build your own signature spin on Battlefield Sandbox. You'll also be able to change team ratios, tweak victory conditions, restrict weapons, and even put different factions from different eras in Battlefield's history against one another. You will be able to single-handedly create experiences for other players to join, where you can run custom games or preset modes such as Conquest, TDM, Rush, and other favorites of yours. Personally, I've been really enjoying the vanilla remakes of the older Battlefield games, especially the 1942 Portal. That is probably my favorite. I used to be a really big fan of Battlefield 1942 back in the day, and the good old Conquest is basically the classic. But of course, how can we forget Bad Company 2, right? The GOAT. If you've watched my videos from 6, 7, 8 years ago, I used to really religiously play that game competitively, be part of the AOD community, which I'm still a part of. I would honestly highly encourage you guys to check it out. It's clanaod.net. Little shameless plug, but definitely check it out. It's a really big community with a lot of cool people, and if you have nobody to play with, you will definitely find someone to play with then. But yeah, Bad Company 2 Portals is another beast. I would suggest you guys check it out for sure, especially if you haven't played Bad Company 2 back in the day. You will be mind blown. The map design is really cool, the weapons are really cool, you know, vehicles, everything. The whole experience is really fun in my opinion. So as an example of what you can do with the settings, here's a small kind of a selection you can use in the Battlefield portal at launch. You'll have the ability to tweak factions, which will allow you to put two Battlefield eras against each other. How cool is that? You can literally have two separate teams fighting against each other, one from a 1942 era and another one from 100 years later in 2042, using completely different weapons, completely different mechanics. That's amazing. You will also have full control of mobility, visibility, arsenal, and the scale of the server, along with many other things that you can control, customize, and tweak. The power is completely yours. You can go from more of a tactical, realistic simulation to off-the-wall battle. Like I said, it's completely up to you, and you can discover them and see the kind of experiences you can create. All of your character progression is synchronized and will allow you to contribute to experience gains by playing through various available game modes. So if you're worried whether or not your character levels up, you unlock new weapons, and so on and so forth from playing custom game modes in the Portal playlist, then yes, everything gives you XP, everything carries over into other game modes, so you're good to go. All these community-made modes will be discoverable in the Battlefield Portal menu. It's included in the Battlefield 2042. And EA will highlight popular player modes and also host its own custom game modes. And if you guys have noticed, in the main menu, there's a mode called Knives and Snipers, and that mode has been created by Stoddy, or Stod, which is probably one of the better snipers out there in the Battlefield community. So the content that's featured is Battlefield 1942, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, and partially Battlefield 2042. You will have the pleasure to play the good old remastered maps from the previous games, such as Battle of the Bulge, which we're playing right now, El Alamein, Valparaiso, which was a really good Bad Company 2 map back in the day, along with Arica Harbor, Caspian Border from Battlefield 3, and No Shark Canals from Battlefield 3 as well. You will also have the ability to play the standard Battlefield 2042 maps with the old school remastered weapons from the previous Battlefield games. Now, I'm not going to get into it right this moment and tell you guys all about the weapons because some of the weapons are completely different from how it felt in the previous Battlefield games. But with that aside, honestly, I can't really complain because I've been really enjoying the Portal experience, to say the least. I think they've done a really good job remastering these maps. They're really beautiful. The graphics are super clean. When it comes down to maps, honestly, I have zero complaints. Weapons, on the other hand, are a little bit off. So if you've played all of these Battlefield games in the past, you know that a lot of these weapons feel completely different in the game itself and, you know, the Portal experience that we were given. On a good note though, the hit registration in the Portal compared to the all-out warfare experience is unmatched. The Portal hit reg is so much better. If you guys are watching this gameplay, you can probably see the insane long-range shots that I'm hitting with the STG-44 and basically tapping them twice in the head and they're dead. I mean, don't get me wrong, it makes complete sense. The all-out warfare game modes are way bigger. There's a lot more stuff going on, a lot more vehicles and stuff like that. So the game has to do a lot more, you know, calibrations and calculations. Also, you know, Battlefield 1942, Bad Company 2, and Battlefield 3 all have been around for a long time now and are basically polished games, more or less. So pretty much all DICE had to do is tweak some things and put a skin over it. So I don't blame them for making this an actually enjoyable experience. So I've been doing some research and a lot of people are predicting and speculating that they will pretty much put the entire Battlefield universe into the Portal mode, which means that you could potentially play all your Battlefields any way you want for as long as Battlefield exists for free, and you wouldn't have to pay for the older games if you just owned the newest one. They wouldn't even have to manage the old servers, and that would honestly make Battlefield the first evergreen shooter, which I really like the idea and the sound of that. So hopefully they can implement, you know, all of the Battlefield, old school Battlefield features into the Portal mode eventually. Portal is one of the only few things that's giving the community hope with 2042 at the moment. And added bonus, if they eventually get a slice or all the Battlefields in there, you can just go back to playing 2142 if you want, which was the original, one of the originators of Battlefield from back in the day, which is really fucking awesome. If that were the case, let's say, and if you could have faction-specific loadouts and weapons from multiple games, and for example, having one team be with White Army from Battlefield 1 and another team be from Frogfoots from Battlefield 3, then you would pretty much be able to make alternate history modes. For example, have one team be the Wehrmacht, but with some 50s German weapons in addition to the WW2 ones, and the other team be the 1942 Red Army with the same setup, and there you go, that's the West Russian War from TNO. That would be epic. There's endless potential with that, either classic or new experiences. I'm so into that. There are also some words in the community in hopes of DICE adding the Battlefield 1 and Battlefield Hardline experiences, which will probably have a higher chance than Battlefield 4, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 2, 1942 games have combined. I personally feel like it would be a great addition to the pool of content for us to use. You know, as time goes on, the content will get stale and a lot of people will not play certain things. And I feel like the Portal is honestly our savior. So we're gonna wrap it up here. I would love to hear you guys' opinion on the Portal mode in this game. So please don't forget to leave a comment and a rating. And I will see you guys on the battlefield.